Welcome back to another episode of the Barca Breakdown podcast. I'm your host, Yusuf, and I'm here with my co-host, Adam.
Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate all your support. We're glad to see some subscribers going up. Please hit that subscribe button, like our videos. We're coming out with a lot of content in these last few weeks as we head into the end of this pretty epic La Liga season that we hope we take the trophy of. We're also going to be covering the Euros, the Copa America. You know, we got a lot of content planned for 2021, so please stick to your seats. Check it out. I'm wearing a nice Barca Breakdown hoodie. We might be doing a giveaway soon, right, Yus?
Yes, sir. But let's get into this, okay? So we have two big games. Yes,
another
two big games
week
coming in
where we have a midweek game and then a weekend game, right? This time we're coming up against Granada and Valencia, some old foes who, especially in Granada's case, we've already played in the Copa del Rey, right?
So we played against them in the quarterfinals of the Copa del Rey. Kind of a iffy game in terms of how many goals we let up, but it was a 5-3 victory, Barcelona. We played that game away, and then we also had a game against them in League, which we had won as well. This one much better, 4-0, with 2 goals coming from Messi and 2 goals coming from Griezmann.
That beautiful Messi free kick right on the ground into the corner. I remember that. It was beautiful.
Yes.
And that's the about Granada, right? We beat them in the Copa del Rey. We had to come back late in the game to win it, right? We all remember Griezmann and Alba. That was the game why they called it Griezmann saved the Copa. And then you're right, in La Liga, we beat them already 0-4. But here's the thing about Granada, is that in their last 5 games, they've won 2 and lost 3, right? So they lost to Valencia, they lost to Villarreal 0-3, right? And we just beat Villarreal pretty handily. They did beat Valladolid and they beat Eibar, but they also just recently lost to Sevilla. So we're coming against a team who, we've had some good history of this season and who's not on the best of form. So I'm hoping this will be a big, big game for us. In terms of keys of the game, here's my question for you. Right, Dembele had missed, I think, 2 games in a row with some, or at least, he's having that whole pubic thigh area issue. Going into the last, 5-6 games here of La Liga, do you think we need to rest Griezmann or Messi and put in Dembele, or do we start all 3 of them? What do you think Koeman's going to do with the front line?
Well, what I think he's going to do is probably put in Dembele, hopefully, because this kind of game is somewhere that, as you just said, their form isn't that great. I do think that we want to get him warmed up for the next 6 games. I know Koeman's got to play this guy, this stud of a beast on the pitch. We got to get him warmed up. He's been out for already a couple games, like you said. But here's the problem, though. If Koeman's going to rest anybody, it's going to be Griezmann, and he's going to put Dembele, Messi in the front. But at the same time, don't you think Messi needs some rest? I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing a Dembele Griezmann start. I feel like the two Frenchmen may be able to take.
I get PTSD because in past season, anytime we rested Messi in a big game, we were always really, really worried, right? And
we can't just play him 24/7.
No, you're right. But the real question here is do we rest him against Granada or Valencia? Because in seasons past, you might say Valencia is the game that's harder of the two, but Valencia's, I think, 14 in the table. Granada right now is like 8 or 9, and so Granada might be the bigger heavyweight for us to play.
You are right in that aspect, but the one thing I consider, and it just came from the point that you were just saying, that if Messi is rested and then comes into the next game, it takes him a little while to warm up. Our game following Valencia is Atletico Madrid, a game that we cannot afford to mess up on and have Messi. Messi's going to be playing that game no matter what,
Sure.
So that, you're playing kind of what weighs more on what end, in terms of pros and cons here.
Sure. No, I get your point. So I think you're looking at resting Messi this coming game against Granada and starting Dembele and Griezmann. That makes me a little bit nervous, but I think you're right. I think we have to rest Messi at least one more time before the end of the season, and we might as well do it now so that he's up in tip-top shape form and ready to go up against Atletico. There's a player who everyone's been talking about how tired he is, who started again against Villarreal, which is Pedri, right? What do you think about, is Koeman going to rest Pedri for either of these 2 games?
Oh, good question.
I've got a bunch of good questions, you know it.
Well, if there was a game to rest him, I feel like in this case it would be better to rest him in a harder game, because I feel like he's just going to end up burning himself out. He hasn't had a lot of rest. We're going to go from playing on Sunday to going on Thursday, and then again on another Sunday, and then we got to play May 8th, the big day, Atletico Madrid, Adam's birthday. Those
Circle
are two
on
big
the calendar.
things.
Yep.
Circled. But I think it's best if he rests first. I think he's already showing fatigue, and I don't think he can wait any longer. And
Sure.
he's not one of those players that would come back and just be too cold.
Well, I think, no matter how we discuss it, I think, these are two games where we're going to have to do some rotation, right? I need Jordi Alba to get a game, at least, 30 to 90 minutes of rest before Atletico, right?
Sure.
We probably need Busquets to get a little bit of rest before Atletico. Depending on is Araujo going to play or De Jong in that Atletico game, we might want to make sure that they're up to full fitness. I know Araujo's just back from injury, but we don't want to put him under a bunch of stress right away. So it's going to be interesting to see what Koeman does, but why don't we cover Valencia and our first game against them and their recent form?
Sure. So we played them once this season in League. We played them at home. We drew them 2-2. Right, that is a surprising result with how bad they're doing this season. But this game, May 2nd, will be away. I don't think we'll have much of a problem there. I know that, like you were just saying, they're 14th in the table. But go ahead and tell me how bad they really are doing this season.
Well, not just this season, but recently, right? I think they
Sure.
have. They lost to Cadiz. They drew Real Sociedad, they drew Betis, they lost to Osasuna, and they drew Alaves in the last 5. So that's 2 losses, 3 draws. So, they are definitely not in very good form right now, Valencia. And so, I think it is going to be the easier of the 2 games. But like we keep saying, it's the game before Atletico. And with some of our players, we really do see that, especially Messi, they need more time to get up to speed. They can't just rest the game before a big game and then expect to come in at tip-top shape. So I think with Atletico in mind, Granada is going to be the game where we see some rest. And I'm excited to see us, play Valencia. You're right, we did draw 2-2 against them earlier on in the season. And so, what are your thoughts about the Valencia game?
If you look at the lineup from last game, just to kind of see how far we've come, during that first game, we had Braithwaite playing in the front. We had Coutinho in the midfield.
Coutinho! Yeah, that's how long ago this was.
Yeah. So, if you talk about that time, we drew them. Now we fast forward to today. You just went over their form. They drew a lot of games. They haven't won a game in the last 5 games.
Sure.
And then we've looked good. I don't think there's anything to really worry about coming into this game. Koeman should be. That's the thing I'm worried about.
Complacency.
Someone just relaxes just enough, and then we're going to be upset at the end of the day. I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm worried that is a possibility that we have seen over some time now. But with our recent form, I think that has diminished.
And we have to be excited here, right? I mean, we are so close to that La Liga title, and our rivals seem to continue to put blessings in our lap, right? It's pretty embarrassing for Atletico and Real Madrid that we have a chance to get top of the table if we beat Granada when we've lost to Atletico once and lost to Real Madrid twice, right? That shouldn't be happening in La Liga. And so we keep getting just these blessings falling into our lap of the other teams just stumbling and losing stupid, silly points.
Sure.
And so I'm really just hoping our team comes in locked in, even as we make rotations and are ready to step up, right? We might need Aleix to come in and step up. We might need Mingueza to put in a good shift. We might need Firpo to come in, right, and put in a big shift. So I'm just hoping all those players, Trincao, Pjanic, some of these players who we don't see often who have been, probably unhappy with their time playing this season, we need them to come in big and show that they are part of the team, that they have been learning this whole season, and that they're ready to carry us and give us some rest when it's needed heading into that big Atletico game. I'm excited.
You made some great points right there, and it's all leading up to some wonderful, wonderful gifts coming to the end of the season, and I totally agree with you, but I think that will wrap this one up, guys. There's not too much talking about these teams. I think that the cards will be played, and I think we're going to be happy at the end of the week.
And as always, we have a hard time recording during the week, so after the Granada game, you won't hear from us. But right after the Valencia game, we will cover these last 2 games. We will see if we have any egg on our face, if Koeman starts our A1 lineup every game, or if we get a Lenglet own goal or some sort of misfortune. But thank you guys so much for watching the video. Please hit that subscribe button below. Please like our videos. Share it with your friends. Have a nice day. Thank you.